Hello? How's it going? Stream! Omega, how are you today? Hey. So, I debated whether to do this as art stream or just chatting. And I'm like, I'm gonna doodle some bullshit as I'm talking anyway. So, let's talk about the trip to Salem, because it was awesome. Also, let me move my mic a little. So, Omega is tired, has a headache, and a fuzzy arm. Amputation. Cut it off. Let's look at some pictures. Oh, BRB. Okay. Oh, I meant to bring my book over here with me so I could go through all the stuff we did, because I did write it, I think most of it down. Actually, I'm gonna BRB. 1 second. Let me grab my book. My book. Where's the button? Alright. Back. Oh, I can hear the clinginess of the dogs downstairs. They don't like us being away. Just hear a clickety clackety of the nails and the pacing. Okay, Salem. So, the first thing we did, I don't remember actually. I'm not gonna get this all in order. I have an extra day on the doodle, so let's do like the day after tomorrow. It's here, let's create a project now. It's on. We're gonna work on it while I babble about Salem. So actually, let's make 2 projects because we already know we're gonna need one. Friday it says. Oh shit, it is Wednesday. I'm all thrown off because I had Monday, Tuesday off. So, we all went out there Friday. Let's start. Let's draw Massachusetts. Where's my micron pen at? There's the one I want. Alright, so Massachusetts is shaped like this. Roughly. Boston is somewhere in here. I'm gonna go completely from memory, so some of this is gonna be wrong. Salem is north of Boston. Marblehead is in like a little blip over here in the harbor. So we stayed here. We were like 2 blocks from the water. A little Airbnb. It's like maybe actually no, Salem is back up here. Just for the sake of creating some space. Aren't you glad I don't spring bullshit on you last minute? That's great. So about a 15-minute drive there in a car, because we don't have a truck or a bus, just a car, and it goes vroom vroom vroom. Salem During the busy times, they close a lot of the streets down. Essex Street, I think, is the busy one. It doesn't matter. But there is one like Brick Street with all the stores. And when it's super busy, like it was the first day that we were there, that Saturday, there were lots of people. So many lined up in front of every store because they actually have to. The stores are all small. They have to control how many people come in and out. And when it's super busy, it is a wait to get into any of these places. In my defense, I did ask if you had time before the 16th. I tried, and I did say I was gonna doodle while I was on vacation, and I completely forgot about it. So there is that. Anyway, so we didn't go to very many stores the first full day that we had there. The night before, we got there kind of late, so it was just, I made dinner and we just kind of hung out, and then we all crashed because we were all tired from working, going to school, and then driving all out here. So first day, we started with, and this was completely coincidental, we did this reenactment, and actually I want to look places up while we talk about it. It's a, I don't want to say like it's a full reenactment of a trial. It's like a play based on transcripts from more of like a pre-trial for Bridget Bishop. She was the first person to be either convicted or executed. I can't remember. There's so many names and so many different, like slightly different versions of how things happened. Find. Which dungeon museum? We didn't go to that. Oh, Cry Innocent. That's what it's called. Here we go. Salem Haunted Happenings. So, Cry Innocent. Year is 1692. Bridget Bishop is accused of witchcraft, and you are the Puritan jury. So what they do is they kind of give you an idea of how the Puritans thought and what their logic was during that time. So, sorry, there's like a fuzzy by my camera. So, they had these pretty big leaps in logic. Basically, if anything happened out of the ordinary, it was the work of the devil. And their evidence it was things like, you know, they did something 6 months ago and now I got sick. It must be witchcraft. Or they had spectral evidence where they would see specters of the person that they were accusing and things like that. So you hear a lot about this in this play, and they actually allow the audience to ask questions, and then at the end they let everybody vote and decide whether they are guilty or innocent. And I imagine most of the time they vote innocent. There's always people that vote guilty, but you know, whatever. They also choose 2 people in the crowd to do like courthouse drawings, and then somebody to guard the key that goes to her manacles. So you're not allowed to take video in there. I can't remember if they allowed pictures. I didn't take any. Lead in the water is one hell of a drug. I mean, so is a blind belief in your faith and an irrational fear, not irrational, but an ingrained fear of your society if you deviate from them in any way, shape, or form. Bridget Bishop didn't give a shit. That was part of the reason she was one of the first people they went after. She already had kind of a sketchy past. She had some property from her husband, well, one of her husbands, and that's what drove some of it too. It was just like people that didn't like each other, people that were problems they went after, people that had money or property or whatever wealth were targets. So, and the wild thing is, I never thought about this before this trip, even though I've been to Salem a couple times, is the entire thing happened over the course of a summer. It was a really short period of time. At least for these witch trials. It's not like these are the only witch trials that ever happened. But I did take a video before we went in, because they have like a town crier that stands out front, and you know, they do actor stuff out front. Shoot. There's the thing. There's the folder I'm on. Where is it? Slight issue too is that there are some inadvertent videos in here. Oh, obviously it's this first one, I think.
Last night in the storm, a limb was knocked from a tree adjacent to their barn, and it has crushed their roof. We are looking for any able-bodied or partially able-bodied in which to raise the roof.
So I was standing right behind some of the actors. I believe they're drama students, like local drama students.
Report to the Gamut household. It is our Christian duty. They did say we shall sleep in. Before commencing work, we will gather at the second crowing of the cock, the day after the Sabbath, 5 a.m. Very well, we shall perhaps get better rest the night before. Now, in more solemn news, the ministers have declared sundown this day to begin a period of fasting. As you fast and examine your conscience, keep in your hearts and prayers those poor afflicted girls.
So
5 miles.
one of the first responses from the minister when the witch trials first started happening was to fast and to pray, because that's what fixes problems. Stop eating and pray.
Miles away in Salem Village, and keep in your prayers whom or whatever it is that torments them. Now, in more pressing news, north of Essex County, it appears that French troops, combined with raiders of the Abenaki...
Women Crier, I have urgent news that must be addressed immediately.
Yes, Constable
may I
Harry.
address these
She was really
Please,
funny during the
Constable,
trials
go right
too.
ahead.
She's an awesome
People,
actress.
You have no doubt heard that there is a plague of witchcraft upon our city. I have in my hand the warrant for Bridget Bishop. She has been cried out upon, and we must arrest her immediately, and we need your help in locating her. What goes about in a red bodice, I hear, and a black hood.
No, that's no.
No, that's a man. Good wife, Bishop.
That's not a bodice, it's a carpet.
Good wife, Bishop. I see you right there. Stop hiding.
Yeah, so anyway, she's in the back of the crowd, and they grab her, and then we all follow her into the courthouse. So church was ran by an insecure teen in the early 2000s. Sure. Alright, so I did notice, like, this year as opposed to last year, and it was probably heavily dependent on who's doing the acting, because when we went back on Monday, there's a different group going around trying to get people into the show, mostly because it was pouring rain out, and they were trying to get, there weren't nearly as many people around, so they were trying to get whoever they could to get tickets. But I remember it being more serious the first 2 times I saw it, way back in the 90s, and then a few years ago when we all went. And then this time they had quite a bit more comedy worked into it. Not necessarily with the dialogue, but just the mannerisms and the way they delivered the lines, because it was taken from an actual transcript when they were determining whether or not to send Bridget Bishop to trial. So actually, it wasn't the trial; it was the pre-trial. Anyway, so we did that. Back to pictures. We also walked all the way down to one end of town to a candy store. This is not the offending candy store with the chocolate that pissed me off. Where is it? So we went in, got some candy, and this was in the alley where the entrance was. First picture I took in Salem. Good stuff. Let's see. That is a picture of the ground. That is a blurry picture. Oh, I think this is when we went in the Pirate Museum. Okay. I don't know why I have this random picture of one of the cemeteries. I don't remember taking this picture. Never. So we also went to the Pirate Museum, which none of us had done before. It's a little tour through all of these scenes with some pretty janky figures. But the tour guide was good. He gave a lot of fun information about local pirates and things that happened to them. So I don't remember anything about what he said or who any of these people were, so we're just gonna click through, but you can see, you know, solid craftsmanship. I think it was a little overpriced for what it was, but it is a tourist spot and it is what it is. It's worth checking out. I would give this like a 7 out of 10. So there's all these little displays and stuff. Oh, there's our close-up of our friend. Puritan friend. This is Blackbeard. Blackbeard was in that area at one point. This treasure guy, I don't know. Maybe this was Blackbeard. No, I think the other guy was Blackbeard. I don't know. This dude. Oh, here we go. One of them. I got the description. Pirate Veal at Dungeon Rock. Okay. Earthquake. Earthquake blocked the way into a cave where he hid his treasure. And then and there's these guys. This guy. Pirate. Captain Crunch. Dead guy. Another dead guy. Please don't give up on art to be a tour guide. No. Some bats. More pirates. These pirates seem to be having a better time. I just want to make sure I know where I'm at with the pictures. I don't want to be blasting picture of my friends and family on stream. Okay. Yeah, come back. And this one. More of the heavy friends. There was, right before this picture, there was somebody just sitting in a little alcove. So I went to take a picture of him. He was like, I think he was there to jump scare people. He did not jump scare anybody in our group. That was that. Another place we went is the harbor. Salem Maritime National Historic Site. There's also a popcorn store. So this area, it's picture time. This area is like, here's the harbor. It's like this or something. Boat. And then there is like a visitor center gift shop here, a restaurant, and then some shops all through here. And right here, actually right here, is a gourmet popcorn shop. My stream doesn't like it when I drag that window. Oh, I'm sorry. I just noticed somebody has the splatted witch again on their tree in the background of this thing. Anyway, so popcorn. They have all kinds of flavors like cookies and cream, peanut butter and jelly. S'mores is really good. They have like 5 alarm, like super spicy kinds. Buffalo popcorn. And so usually we go down here. There's also more shops here. Psychic readings, witchcraft supply, and then, you know, just gift shops. Stores. And then you can walk around through this way. Oh, here, very, very important. Bathrooms. Porta potties. When it's busy, especially if you're a female, the lines are out the ass to get into a bathroom. So. Potties. Or you can walk up around this way and see the boat. Walk all the way out to the pier. There's a lighthouse down here. Boats. Oops. Boats. Storage units here. There we go. My camera freaks out in the same direction. I move the picture window. I guess I'll have to check that out later. So this is a nice long walk. It can be off up here if you want. I don't recommend it. It's pretty rocky around here. Now, if we want to fast forward to Monday, if you keep going this way, about half a mile, there is the offensive chocolate store. And I say it's offensive because it's tiny, it's hard to get into, it's jam-packed, and the candy was absolutely not worth it. But we'll get into that when we get to Monday. So this was all Saturday. There was a really big line, so we didn't go all the way down there. Oh, anyway, pictures. I'm gonna drag a window. I don't see it happening on mine. Salem Maritime National Historic Site. Witch in a tree. There were kids doing stuff, and I wasn't gonna wait for them to get the hell out of my picture, so I just took the picture. There's this. So this is the view down. There's like this building, and they have you know, some Halloween decorations there. I don't know what was going on with the boat. Looks like it got damaged. You used to be able to go on it. I guess that's not a thing anymore. Ferry over here. Then you get like all this pretty scenery and stuff. Over here, big ugly storage units. See, right there. Storage units. Pretty, pretty, pretty. There's a little beach down here you can go walk on. There's the skeleton. There's our boy. Let's see here. Boat. Also with skeletons. This one is very safety minded. Safety skeleton says wear your life jacket. He's waiting for his GF's husband to leave. Okay. More boat stuff. That's the harbor. This is okay. So this alley. Trying to think of the direction we're looking in here. Okay, so when this is like as you're walking up into the main touristy part of Salem. Sorry for dragging my pictures. We're gonna draw a little picture. So this little street here, this is where you go to get scared. There is a haunted house. There is a witch shop here that charges money to get in. I don't know why. I've never been in there. I refuse to get charged a cover charge to go into a store. Doodly stuff. So this haunted house, to me, is not scary. We didn't go in it this year. We went in it last time we went. And my wife is not a super fan of haunted houses. So I held her hand the whole time. And the actors in there were really good and didn't bother us too much. They didn't go too intense because I think they were good enough to read the room and know that they shouldn't go ham on her. I did hear a lot of other people screaming though. So it was mostly jump scares. As far as haunted attractions go, or haunted houses rather, I would give it 6 out of 10. This place, 0 out of 10. Why the fuck do I have to pay to buy your shit? There's something here. I can't remember what. This way, Pirate Museum. There. Flag. Yo ho ho. That way. Here. So there's a Frankenstein attraction in here. We didn't go to that. We haven't been in it. I've wanted to go. But we just haven't. I don't know how it is. And if you walk up around this way, this is the Salem Wax Museum. Take a break, bot. What did my bot do? Did my bot do a thing? Oh! Listen, this is all... It's all part of the experience. It's on break for violating the peace. Okay. I missed what it did. You timed it out before I saw. Anyway. So, haunted house. Scary Frankenstein house. I don't know about this. Wax Museum. I'm gonna give it 9 out of 10. We actually did this on Monday, so we're gonna revisit the Wax Museum. Gift shop, 3 out of 10. And I say this because they had a bunch of bullshit in there you can get off of Amazon. I was kind of annoyed by it. Anyway. What's next? What else did we do on Saturday? Goodness. Okay, nighttime. Oh, that's right. I was... pictures. What pictures? Okay, yeah, so we were... nighttime. During the day, we did a tour of the places that we... A tour of the places that we went. It was a tour of historical spots. The tour guide we had was really good. I don't remember the name of the tours. I wish I did. He was by far the best tour guide that we've had, and we've been on a bunch of them. he solely to make you feel better that it's on break. Fair. Totally fair. So I apparently didn't take any pictures on that tour. Interesting. So that was at 1 o'clock. That was when we went down to the boat after that. We stopped at this other place. By the time we got around to having to wait for the our nighttime tour, which was our paranormal themed one, we were all beat. I was super annoyed that we had to wait that goddamn late. Because we got there like 9 in the morning and we were there. And by the time we got done with the tour until 9 at night. 12-hour fucking day on your feet. So we stopped at this place called Bit Bar, which is like a local type of Dave and Buster's, but it's like with vintage video games. So they have a really nice bar, family style seating, and you can just get tokens and go ham on all kinds of video games. From pinball, they had Ghouls and Ghosts, they had Guitar Hero, they had all kinds of shoots, that cruisin' racing game, a lot of stuff that was in arcades when I was a kid growing up that isn't in all of them anymore. So we did that last year, we did that this year. It was fun. There's a Mediterranean restaurant we went to called Adriatic. That's where we did lunch earlier in the day. And I'm sorry, I'm going out of order. I'm just going as I remember stuff. Their food was amazing, if not expensive. Boy wanted a lobster roll, and it's $36 for that plate. And the only reason I let him have it is because I wanted one. And so I ended up paying for lunch because I made sure to pay for lunch because I was like, we're not doing that, and then me making somebody else pay for it. Oh yeah, I brought my book over so I can remember what we did, because I know I'm gonna forget some little shit. Let's see. Historical walking tour, awesome. Pirate museum, awesome. Oh, there's a flea market. So if we take all this, oops, not rotate it. We don't want to rotate it. We want to shrink it down. Chico. Anyway. Go up here. Over here, there is a memorial to all of the victims of the witch trials. Each victim has a bench with their name and how they died. And I know this isn't the correct number, but it goes around like this. Right around here is a tree where a lot of roots are sticking up out of the ground. During our nighttime tour, which was the last thing we were doing, and my back was killing me and my feet were about to fall off, somebody was trying to push through and knocked me over almost, and I tripped on a root and I wanted to die. I almost died. This is me. Almost dying. On that tree root. And then there's cemetery here. There is an information center here where you can be able to go through this cemetery. I made that all too big because we have to keep going. We have to move on. So we did not do that, but we did walk through this memorial a couple of times because of the tours we went on. So then, there's a street here. We're gonna shrink it all down again. This is a map of Salem. I'm building a map as I remember it as we walked through. So used to getting the cheapest shops when I'm out because usually someone else is paying that I do it even when I'm by myself. No reference for if you're smaller or not. So I don't know if it's a fair fight or a person being a dick. I don't know what I said in reference to that. So whatever. Anyway, you go down here. And then you go up here. And I'm sure this isn't like completely correct, but whatever. There's more street here. Pretend there's not. But then like flea markets start. There's like vendors. There's a lobster place here. We didn't go there, but I think I want to try it next time we go. And then there's just like, you know, you can buy art. You can buy clothes, jewelry, what have you. Weird stuff, all kinds. And this kind of just goes up and around because right here is the courthouse where Cry Innocent is. And then oops, don't do that. And then you go up here, and this is the street with all the shops and stuff. There's a little vendor right here. She was in the same place both times, last 2 times we went, and I get prints from her. Oh, it was a person being a dick when I fell over. It was crowded, it was dark, people were going in opposite directions, and I was trying to keep up with the tour group. And there were some youngins that didn't give a shit. That's what that was. Alright, so flea market, trial reenactment, lunch at Adriatic, drinks at Bit Bar, paranormal walking tour. Okay, so the last thing is paranormal walking tour, which is I think what the last of my pictures are from that day. Alright. So this is, you can see the it's not gonna go where I want it to. Over here. Oh. No! The fuck are you doing, pictures? This is where the Frankenstein thing is. Over here, this is the line. No, that tent is where you buy tickets. This is where the line would be to get into the haunted thing. And then where this lamppost is, and this little, that's a stairway and a balcony there. That's where you get into the witch museum. The wax museum. There we go. I'm not sure what the witch village is. This is the line for the haunted thing. Okay, so the other thing was the line for the witch village. This is the haunted thing here. We didn't do the witch village. I don't know. Wax museum. This guy spits out steam and stuff. You can get tickets, combo tickets, to see all of the things in here. This is a blurry picture of buildings. It was nighttime. Not all my pictures came out great. I don't remember. I really don't. This was the paranormal tour, so something paranormal happens in these spots. These guys were definitely not doing drugs. It definitely did not reek of pot in this parking lot. It totally did. This dude was smoking some pot. It was good stuff. Anyway, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about this cemetery in the background. This is the oldest cemetery in Salem. One of the oldest cemeteries in the country. And if this was 1692, this parking lot would all be underwater. This stone wall here is actually a seawall to protect the graveyard. What else do we have here? I think I have a couple pictures of this. Yeah. And it does look kind of cool with the orange lights in the background. So that is the that alleyway that we were just looking at pictures of. That is don't know. So there's the cemetery. From another angle, this tree right here. I did not personally see it, but supposedly this tree on the other side is scorched black because it's been hit by lightning 10 times in the last 100 years. And I think it's this headstone here. I don't remember the name they said, but the person that's buried there died from being struck by lightning. So it's considered a paranormal hotspot because dude dead from lightning, buried under tree gets struck by lightning. There's a cone. I don't think it's haunted. I think it's just there in the graveyard. This is from the vantage point of this is right before I almost died. This wall is where the memorials are, like that front part. So yeah, I took this picture, the guy was talking, we turned around to move on to the next spot, and then I almost tripped and died. Am I going backwards? Did I just take more pictures of this? I don't think I know. Okay, this house. This is the house that is that the game Clue was supposedly based on. The guy that lived here was named John White. He was stabbed 13 times, hit over the back of the head with a lead pipe. And supposedly people see things in this window and this window. The guy had a green laser pointer to point stuff out to us. I was actually trying to get a picture without the laser pointer, but whatever. There's one without the laser pointer. So, there's paranormal activity in these two windows. I think that's because that was his bedroom where he was murdered. It turns out that there was a guy that wanted this guy's wealth. And there was supposedly a will in a safe in, I don't know, one of these two rooms. So he hired two guys to murder this dude. And he had married or was trying to marry the guy's daughter in an effort to get an inheritance. But what he didn't know was that the will that was in the house was fake, and the entire time the real will had been in a safe deposit box at the bank. So the poor guy got killed for nothing. He was 80 something. I don't know. A lot of people that died in these stories were in their 80s, but you don't think about people making it that far hundreds of years ago, but I guess quite a few did. So anyway, you know, you have Mr. White murdered in his room with the lead pipe and the knife, but the game clue, the layout and the rooms in the game are based on the blueprints of this house. And this house was actually on the box of the original version of the game clue. Skeleton from before. What? There's skeletons everywhere. It's October. Salem. And then I think that's it. That's it for day 1. Day 2, we didn't go into Salem. We kind of just hung out for the day, and that night we were supposed to go to this place called Connor's Farm and do this haunted corn maze and a bunch of other spooky stuff there. So we went out to dinner in the next town over, and then went over to the farm, and it was closed. It was raining, and they decided not to open because of the weather. The dude wanting to marry the married person. She wasn't married though. She was just the daughter. He was just trying to muscle into the will. I'm shooting from the hip here, trying to remember the stories. Not the stories, but the stuff they said to us. So, on Saturday, it was windy. Before it started, well, it was raining on and off, but before it started really pouring, because I had mentioned how close we were to the water, we decided to walk down to the water from our Airbnb. So this is Marblehead Harbor. You can see choppy waves, gray sky. Beautiful, beautiful weather. All the boats. That boat. This boat. Oh, I guess it's just some barnacles. It was looking like it was rusted out or something. Or boat, either way. And then, I don't know, this little building and boats. There's a little park here. And that was... Oh, wait. And there's this. Oh, that's just a picture of some information. Whatever. I need to skip a few pictures, because, you know, people and faces. Oh, shit. We did a good picture. Oh, we've got some nice family pictures. Alright. So that was day 2, even though not really in Salem. Day 3 was for catching up on all of the stuff that we didn't get to do the first day because it was busy or whatever. Or we were just tired. So, move all this down. The first thing we did, and this was because Boy wanted to do it, was the World of Wizardry. We went to it the last time we were in Salem a few years ago, but they were just getting the thing started, so it wasn't a full experience yet. And that is, I don't know, like up over here, let's say. Wow. Only it's not World of Warcraft, so we'll put a wizard hat on it. So it's like kind of like a little bit of a Harry Potter knockoff, but not really. They do give you wands to like flick around and you know, open the door to get in. I guess it's kind of like an homage to all wizards. There are a couple of activities you can do while you're in there. Sorry. One of them is there's these little guys called crab apples. This one is on a bookshelf as you're walking in. I was just standing right next to it. The crab apple. So they paint them in different ways to make them blend in with the displays. And there are 4 of them. You have to find them all in the different realms that you go through. And if you find them all, you get a sticker. I forget what they called it though. In one of the realms, there's a spot where you can listen to the voices of famous wizards. And if you can guess who 4 of the 7 are, you get a wizard license, which expires in 99 years. I think I'll be alright. So we got both of them. Go team. This first crab apple doesn't count. So there was oh nice. This is the first crab apple. I don't remember what all the realms were called. This one was like a nature one. There was a dark magic one. There was an ice realm, water realm, something else. What am I hearing? Oh, there's a cat fucking around up here. It was Yami. I don't know what she was getting into in there. Yum yum. Maybe I can get her to come over. Yum yum. Come here. Yum yum. What are you doing? Yum yum. Hey. Yum yum. Alright, she's being stubborn. That usually means Henry is lurking nearby. She's watching out for him. Alright, anyway. So, first crab apple, this was in the nature realm. Here, this phoenix was like just kind of out. So we have pictures of us with this phoenix from last time. I don't remember the unicorn. That was animatronic. That moved around. It's a really shitty blurry picture though. And then this was also out. We have a picture with that. This weird like sloth creature. So the wings on this went up and down. Another crab apple. This one was in a display in the dark magic realm. Oh, don't look at those. This is a haunted throne you could sit in. Some of this stuff was interactive. I have to pay closer attention because there are a bunch. You're in a bunch of these pictures. There was one where you put your hands on the thing and this woman pops up and she bestows a power upon you, but it costs 13 years of your life. So I got the power of bats. 2 of my group got the power of spiders. Forget what the other one was. You know, it's just like a video, but they do it in the way where it looks like a hologram type of thing. I did a terrible job of taking pictures. Anyway, this was the throne. You sit in it and the haunted girl pops up behind you. That was a video apparently of my hoodie. That was a video of whatever. This spider was in, I think, the rock area where the voices were. There really wasn't much to look at there. Oh, yes, you could look again. Sorry.
Hey, listen.
I hear you. Good look. What do we have here? Oh, this was the last crab apple. This is on the foot of the dragon. Did I take a picture of the dragon? I sure did. The eyes open and closed. It's pretty cool looking. Go through the next couple. Okay, so that was a few pictures from World of Wizardry. It was pretty cool. They have a really neat gift shop. So the experience for this, I would give 9 out of 10. Gift shop, 7 out of 10. Because they are selling a whole bunch of 3D printed shit, which kind of pissed me off. It was high quality. They were nice prints. But there was actually stuff in there that I have printed in my display case behind me. And I would be surprised if they got permission from the people that designed those prints to sell them. But then since when do people get permission for that shit? I don't know. We got some cool necklaces from there though. So the next thing we did was we went across the way to the Witch Museum. This is another one, and I forgot to mention this about the Pirate Museum. They keep the lights pretty low. And I think it's because partly for ambiance, partly so you look at the displays, but also maybe because you don't notice the details as much because they're kind of shitty looking. It was very dark in the Witch Museum. So you buy tickets, they put you in this big room full of church pews. You sit in church pews to wait. There's this display here. This is probably the best display in the whole museum. I don't know why it came out so blurry. I only took a couple other pictures because it was very difficult to find enough room to stand. It was very difficult to be able to look around and really even take in all of the displays. They said you could take as many pictures as you want, as long as it's not video. But it was like, I don't know, they made it sound like you would have time to look around, and you definitely don't. Where's my... There. So there's these crazy looking wolves. I just happened to be standing in front of them, so I took another blurry picture. And this was me just like trying to snap pictures as we were going through, but it was really dark, so it was hard to get a good picture. That's Tituba. She was the what was she technically? A maid for the girls that went hysterical, started accusing people of being witches. Another one, just because I was standing there, somebody's backpack. I almost fell over in this spot too, because there was no room and people just kept like pushing into the room. Where even is this? I think this is the Wax Museum. Wait. This is the Wax Museum. Yeah. We'll come back to that. So the Witch Museum, which usually has a line out the ass to get into, it didn't because, again, it was rainy and shitty. We went in there and I remember it contrasted with the other places that we went because everybody that worked there just seemed miserable. They were not particularly friendly. Like the other places, even if you could, you know, the people were just like, yeah, this is my job. They were still cool. And when we went in there and we got our tickets, I was like, I don't even feel like I want to go in there. But we had the tickets, we went in. Our tour guide, she had a sense of humor and she said some funny stuff, but she spoke very quickly, had a pretty thick Boston accent, which I know you can't help your accent, and she did not enunciate whatsoever. So we're in the dark with these displays getting shoved around with no time to really take it all in, and she was just spitballing information and she was very difficult to understand. And she actually took her tickets as we went in and was just kind of like, She was more upbeat during the tour, but it was just like, I couldn't tell you anything about it other than I remember some of the information she gave us was a little bit different than what we had heard in other places. So for the Witch Museum, I would give it like a 3 out of 10. There wasn't much in the gift shop. The displays kind of sucked in the tour, and the tour guides just all looked like they wish they weren't there. I don't know why it's so busy all the time, other than the fact that it says Witch Museum on the front, and it's probably all people that haven't been there before. I don't know. I hear dogs. Sorry. Anyway. What did we do after that? This is when we went to the wax museum. So. It was just me and my family. Our friends wanted to go to some stores and stuff, so that's what they did. The wax museum was really cool. You know, it still had some funky looking displays, but this was just kind of, you know, at first it's just kind of some neat stuff. There's this dude from the balcony. There's this guy. Wizard stuff. I don't know. I was snapping so many pictures. This thing. There's like a little jail here. Little shops down through there. I have to be careful because there's... this guy. So he looks happier to be there than the friggin' tour guides from the other place. I would give anything for a door right now. Like, seriously. Just bullshit in the background. It's fine. Anyway, we're almost done. We're almost done with our tour of Salem. Here's the skull. This we had a little bit more energy when we went here, so we decided to start getting creative with our pictures. the skull on top of that box from before. Got this guy and this guy. They're in the same room. Some doctor doing some stuff. Look at it. He's like, come on over. This is fine. You'll be fine. I'm a doctor, so whatever I say is good. You didn't hear anything? That's good, because it's noisy as fuck behind me. The reason I got up was because there is a door at the bottom of the stairs, like the room at the bottom of the stairs, and I heard the cat meowing, and I thought she might have gotten shut into the room. And any one of the cats, if they get shut into a room and they don't want to be there, they will cry and cry and cry. So it actually ended up not being that. She was she had her toy and she was bringing it as a present. I don't know who she was bringing it to, but they all, when they bring a toy, they meow the whole time they're carrying it. Anyway, oh, here's our doctor. Good doctor. Trustworthy man. Yes. I apparently took a video and not a picture of the table there. Oh, there we go. He just wants to give you some medicine. And then there's this creepy lady who is dumping pumpkin guts upon all passers-by. Look at her. Look at her. This is fine. She just wants to give you some pumpkin. See? Pumpkin. Creepy toys. Creepy curio. Whatever. Oh, the mask macabre. Another angle. Oh. Hang on. It's always when I'm like, stop paying attention. Here we go. Bookstore. This guy is local carpenter, I suppose. This again, I don't know why I took more pictures of it. Oh, this is different. It's a curiosity shop. Totally fine. Eyeball. Face. This lady. You can do it the other way too. Just notice the eyelashes. Just the stunning detail. This guy is a very distinguished gentleman. I just noticed the proportions on this very distinguished gentleman. Okay. A new world awaits. This guy is coming aboard. From its earliest days, Salem had to struggle for its very existence. Faced with the harsh climate and poor soil of New England, the early settlers turned to the sea for economic survival. Fishing and shipbuilding industries emerged along the banks of the rivers, but it would be trade and commerce that would initially gain Salem worldwide fame. This one I was smart and I took pictures with the stuff. This is the winds of trade. Philip English was one of the earliest Salem merchants to take advantage of Caribbean trade. The sugar trade was an important link in the development of the infamous triangular trade. Barbados molasses and sugar became the lifeblood of Salem's economy. He was built like I drew. I actually should draw some characters based on these. I did not read any of these while we were in there. Straight up just took pictures through the whole thing. Oh. Wait, why that guy again? Hail King Derby. Look at this guy. America's first millionaire. His ship, the Grand Turk, opened the trade with China, upon which Salem's fabulous wealth was built. It would be the Far East trade that would make so many Salem fortunes and build the mansions that still line Chestnut Street. Okay. Accusation of witchery. Well, okay, you know, that's like the whole thing. Minister, lady with a happy pocket, which is weird for a Puritan, but whatever. And oh, what? Oh, maybe you're the one. Are you the one that is possessed by the witch? I suspect you maybe also. Are you the witch? Because only witches have their hands that deep in their pockets, right? I don't even know. I didn't take a good picture of the thing. Wealth of the Orient. Gift giving, though some would call it bribery, was part of an elaborate Chinese ritual surrounding trade negotiations. With the trading complete, the Grand Turk was given a fine Chinese send-off. Thousands of firecrackers were set off to awaken the gods and to provide a fair wind home. They don't look happy with the trade. They all look like something happened the night before that nobody is ever going to talk about again. No. There's the other view of our witch thing. Maybe I can. So this is about Tituba. To save herself, she did confess, and then there was proof that the devil was abroad in Salem and recruiting followers. Inspired by Tituba's confession, the girls launched the Great Witchcraft Delusion with hysterical scenes, which began in a simple village meeting house. So this is the girls freaking out, I suppose. The hysteria abounds. Lusty Bridget Bishop is arrested and the first to hang. An easy target, Bridget Bishop was married 4 times and was a woman of low reputation. It was the belief that the soul of a witch could leave their body to do evil deeds. It was on the basis of spectral evidence that hundreds of people would be imprisoned and 20 others would be put to death during the Great Witchcraft Hysteria of 1692. So, spectral evidence is evidence based on visions and dreams. It was actually, at the end of the witch trials, which really ended because the wrong powerful rich people got accused. And everybody was like, no, we're not doing that anymore. But they also banned spectral evidence. So without that, there really wasn't much to prosecute people on for being witches, since that was the bulk of the evidence in the testimony. This guy, where's he looking? So where am I at? He's taking a picture, but he doesn't know what he's taking a picture of, because look at that. He doesn't even know what he's looking at. Also, but is that how high the cameras were? Did I get a better picture of this? Nope. Okay, and then he actually looks like my ex. That's terrifying. Thankfully that doesn't look like me. I hope. It's fine. Oh. Fine. Alright, condemned to be hanged. As Rebecca Nurse Sarah Good, Elizabeth Howe, Sarah Wilde, and Susanna Martin are about to be hanged, Reverend Noyes urges Sarah Wilde to confess. Wilde curses him. You will have blood to drink for your part in this evil day. Judge Haythorne looks on as a member of the crowd. Reverend Noyes would ultimately die from a hemorrhage in his mouth, in fact, drinking his own blood. Judge Haythorne condemned innocent people to be executed on the doubtful basis of spectral evidence. Today, Judge Haythorne lies buried in the old burying point, not 100 feet from where you now stand. Clearly, he's using the one-eyed snake to take the picture. I was trying to avoid that joke. But yeah, it is early dick pic. He is looking at the early dick pic. She has no interest in the early dick pic, and oh, these guys are very so. People that were hanged as witches were all put. Oh my god! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! People that were hanged as witches were thrown in a pit, basically, like I think it's called the witch pit, because the community felt they didn't deserve a proper burial, being tools of the devil. There were a couple people where their families went back and got their bodies from the witch pit so that they could properly bury them. I don't feel like reading the rest of these, so let's just look at the pictures. If you want to read the things, go to the Wax Museum. I definitely recommend it. Oh, this was another one. I think this was one of my favorite faces in the whole thing. We threw witches in the sea. Yeah, they did talk about the one in Scotland that happened 100 years before this one. And how on the memorial it says they were just folk. Because one of the things that our first tour guide really liked to drive home, which I don't think is said enough, is how, whether accused or accusing or persecuting, whatever, they were all people. They were just people. They were just folk. They were us. And there was one point, I think it was in the paranormal tour, where the guy was like, we are walking down the same path as people that were walked, or I think they were actually carted in carts to their executions. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, what would they think? Like, if they could comprehend their tiny little Puritan town being a tourist destination because they died. People are buying these weird, annoying little witch hats and wearing them around because these people died an unjust death. I don't know, just in that particular moment, I was like, I personally would be kind of pissed if I died a horrible death for no good reason and people were oohing and eyeing over the place where I spent my final moments before I got executed. I don't know. Maybe that's me overthinking it. This guy looks pretty chill about the whole thing, though. Capitalism, exactly. Here they dragged them on a boat, tied an anchor to them, and threw them in the water. The theory being they would float if they were witches. If not, your family got your body back. Yeah. This guy's painting. Also with his dick. What was this? Memorial. And then this is me trying to get like real creative, but the spotlight just totally ruined my picture. Ruined it. Oh, and then there was this little jail. This was in the gift shop. So we left, thought we were done. We were gonna go shop for some shit. And then these guys were just chilling out in a cell. And that's my last picture. That is my Salem trip. I was actually gonna like look stuff up on Wikipedia about the different people and whatever, and I can barely hold a thought. So obviously that's not gonna happen. Lost my pen though. All in all, it's a good trip. I don't think it's worth it to go when it's super busy. Last time we went, we're like, next time we're gonna go in September, so we don't have to deal with all that shit. And then this year we went on the busiest weekend of the year. Because 2 of us had birthdays around that time, so... whatever. Hey, you can paint with whatever you want. Art is art. At the end of the day, somebody will buy it. Alright. Let me bring up this picture so we can sketch some stuff out. Downloaded it somewhere. Where did I put it? Also, I have some corrupt data or something going on that does not allow me to update. Not allowing me to update my shit. I don't know why. Not all of it, just certain... Download and overwrite. Yes, please. Thank you. Yes. I think I edited project in 2 places. And hopefully I'm not overwriting changes that I need to keep. I hope. Alright, whatever. We'll find out. Not today, though. Art Karen! God damn it, Art Karen! Where are we at? I did see it, thank you. I downloaded it on iPad and I was actually looking at the perpetual license because they do have something that I could use that for. I can't remember if I actually tried it before or not. But we'll see. Shit, I should take a break soon. Yes. Like, just download it. I need to make an account. I think I have an account. I don't know stuff and words and things. More importantly, do you want this avatar to have the same clothes in the picture? Maybe I was thinking maybe take the hat away. Yes, minus hat. Got it. We're on the same page. Also, in the picture, it's looking off to the left. Do you want that as well, or do you want her looking at the viewer? Ugh, I'm not yawning, you're yawning. I just kicked something and don't know what it was. Done. Oh, here. We'll keep it looking off to this side for now. Done. Obviously not. Oops. Okay, for reals though. So she's kind of turning this way, then turning that way. Then we get kind of a bottom up view. I have made the torso so long. Okay, then I will do that. Oof. We are more than a little unbalanced here. Just test it. It takes 2 seconds to move a pupil. Because it's not like we're doing complicated eyeball shading or whatever. But you want like the same proportions as the Misty one, right? Or do you want to stick? Because these proportions are a little bit more, I don't know, anime, like big noggin. You know what I'm trying to say, right? Like cutesy girl manga proportions as opposed to, you know, Final Fantasy RPG proportions. I made the legs really short again. Alright, what did Misty look like though? I gotta finish working on that wobble thing. I'm glad you like your Misty. That's the most important part. Where's my shit? I need to get back to work on that book cover too. I need to update stuff. My pictures that cycle through. Why can't I find this is what I'm looking for. Oh, there we go. Duh. Digital art. It's in the digital art folder. Now, did I export Misty to the Omega folder? No, I didn't do that. I did not. It's not that I don't remember what it looks like. It's just I like having it to look at. I put it somewhere. Maybe I didn't export it on here. It might be on my tablet. Very, very possible. So I don't even know if I have the updated project on here. Ah, well. I can tweak the proportions later. I've already elongated it a bit. Okay, that is not the thing I need. I've started sketching with this Micron pen and I'm kind of into it. So not to be nitpicky, but jacket line doesn't really line up behind the body, but whatever. Oof. You'd think doing all that shitty drawing at the beginning of stream get all this out of my system. Nah, that's not what's happening. Okay, maybe I made that foot a little too big. A little bit. Holy crap. Let me get the flip. Oh, awesome, thank you. I know she's got the wide legs on. I just want to make sure I have the legs where they need to be. There it is. May have slimmed her up a little bit too much. Yup. Just use Converse, no long socks. Gotcha. Okay. I may have over-directed that leg just a little bit. It's a cool little Easter egg if she's reusing bits of previous costumes. She can do that, absolutely. definitely slim the pants down too much. This looks weird to me. Oh, it's like... It is pretty high. That would be part of the problem. It's better. I think I'm actually gonna call it there. Just because I don't know. Oh man, it hasn't even been 2 hours. I'm heckin' tired. Tired. I don't know. You know when you just hit a wall? It's like, ugh. I'm just here vibing. Oh, I like hanging out too. Just hitting that point. Alright, I think I have the angle of this arm wrong. The ball is like up here. That's what I'm gonna do. This way I can put a hand on it without kicking stuff and having to redraw a circle 1,000 times. Yep, like a little bit of maybe. I'm gonna draw the hand another color too. You know what I need? You're trying to check time on your old phone because it's made its way back to the desk again. What do you mean? Oh, thumb is off. Holy shit. I got that. I can spin this pretty far around before it's off. Before it's not on the ball. Oops. My old phone, the S22 Ultra, on my desk again. Similar enough in size, so I think it's my current phone. On the corner of my eye, instinctively reach for it. Size. Blah, 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 blah. Why is it on your desk then? I need to make the whole hand bigger. That is not it. It's wild. I mean, the sleeves have some goofy proportions, but damn. I don't know what that was. Ah. It's the phone's fault. Mixer's fault. I don't know whose fault. This still isn't. I know it's not part of the jacket. I get there. Oh, I have, this is way too narrow here. The jacket way too closed across the chest. That's a big part of my problem. That opens it right up. Bring it up a bit too. I know the neck is super narrow too. All of these issues will be addressed. Yeah, I know, I haven't gotten to that yet. I want to get the proportions of the jacket first. I do think I need to fail it. Yeah, this last little yabba flabba here. It's still not right. I'll change it 100 more times. I'm satisfied with it. But I think we have a decent base. Oh, jeez. I don't know, proportion-wise, it's pretty good. Start. I need to make the legs a little longer. Yeah. I think. Let's see. Oh yeah, just bigger in general. Much better. Yeah. Okay. I am going to sync all this up and go sit on the couch with a glass of wine. And I don't know, hammer out the sketch, I guess. Or just drink the wine and play Genshin. I don't know. But anyway, we had a nice tour through Salem. Actually got some art done. And, stuff. So, I don't know if I'm streaming tomorrow night, because I streamed tonight. I will if I can. Otherwise, probably Sunday. Maybe? I don't know. I feel like we have something going on Saturday. I can't keep it straight. Anyway. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Seriously, though. Have a wonderful rest of your night, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!